It was a Thursday night, an ordinary day, the kind of day where nothing truly great or truly stupid should begin. But then, in the echo of the shower as warm water hit my head, it came to me, a challenge so tedious, so mind-numbingly specific, that only a madman or a true gamer would dare attempt it. Before the Emperor's body hit the floor, before sunlight kissed the shores of Cyrodiil, I would become a master of all.
Hello. So a few days ago I thought of a challenge, which is to see if it's possible to level up all 21 skills in Oblivion before leaving the Imperial Prison Sewers. For anyone who might not remember what Sewers is, it's basically the first dungeon that you go through once you create a new character. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start with the challenge. So in the character creation, I went with Breton for this challenge, because he has a 50 bonus increased magicka, which means more spells to spam, and you'll see that we're really gonna need that later on. And I also went with the High Rock origin. Now after spending almost 5 minutes customizing my character, he came out something like this.
You better hide that big ass forehead.
I know he might look kinda silly, but trust me, he's gonna be a beast when he comes out the sewers. Now as soon as I completed my character, I quickly got to work by leveling up our first skill at 100, which is going to be Sneak. If you look closely, right across our cell right here, there's a guy sitting on a chair where he can barely see us. That means that he can trigger our sneaking skill, and we are able to increase it. Now I simply went to this corner, pressed Q once while crouching, and I just grabbed a snack, watch a movie, while Sneak is leveling up on its own. After around 4 hours, we had our first skill at 100 already. So let's get Sneak out of the picture. Now moving on, there's not much worth mentioning, I'm just following the storyline until we get in the caves, where I come across the skeleton that has a light armor set, which is really important to loot because it's gonna help us with leveling up our light armor later on, as well as a heavy armor located right after the first room. Now later on in sewers, we're gonna need to fight a lot, so I was like, okay, let's level up our restoration skill from now, so we're gonna be able to spam the heal spell a lot more after. And the method I use to level it up is just by spamming the heal spell till my magicka runs out, and then just wait 1 hour to restore the magicka and spam again over and over. Now at this point I just wanna make it clear that for those who know this method, it takes about 15 to 20 minutes to max a mage skill by spamming the matching rank spell that costs as much magicka as possible. Basically, the higher cost spell you cast, the faster the skill levels up. But right now, we only have the first healing spell that costs only 2 magicka, so this is going to take ages doing this manually. That's why I created a script that just does the loop for me. Also, I gotta mention that I didn't use any modes in this challenge, only duping for certain items and the scripts for the magic spells. So after around 8 hours, the restoration hit 100, and this takes it out of our list as well. Next, I found the lock chest, so I took the opportunity to level up our security skill since it's probably the fastest skill to 100. So what I did is lock the first pin and then just spam the spacebar. This is a glitch that counts as if we successfully opened the lock chest over and over again. This one was really fast and took only around 15 minutes. And security is now out of our list as well. Moving on, I found a repair hammer in a chest, and it's really important to grab that because we're gonna need to dupe that in order to max the armorer skill later. Now right here I found a spot where you can jump but hit the ceiling, which helps with increasing acrobatics a lot more faster. So basically the same method applies here. Jumping till my stamina was out, then waited 1 hour and do that over and over until we hit 100 in acrobatics. So this goes out of our list as well. Now after gathering some ingredients with the mortar and pestle that I found, I decided to improve our alchemy at 100 before moving on into more time-consuming skills. I simply just duped 3 basic ingredients in order to make a potion, and simply just spam craft a lot of potions. This took only around 10 minutes, which leaves us with 16 more skills on the board. So next, we have one of the most time-consuming skills to 100, which is athletics. And I obviously use a script for this one too. Basically the same method for this one too. Running into a wall and waiting 1 hour for stamina to restore. I even lost time on how much long the skill took. I just had my PC FK for 2 days for I don't know how many hours combined. So that's a relief having athletics out of the board. Now when the time came to choose a burst sign, I went with mage. The reason why is because I didn't want to choose anything else that boosts our skills, because this will take some potential experience away. Also for our class creation, I selected personality and luck as the favorites attributes, and the major skills that you can see right here. That's because, as I mentioned, I didn't want to boost any skill, and the ones you see are already at 100, so it doesn't really make any difference. Now we finally come to the hardest part of this challenge, which is fighting with Baurus. He will help us maxing out 9 different skills: Armorer, Blunt, Blade, Block, Heavy Armor, Light Armor, Hand to Hand, Marksman, and Destruction. Long story short, we'll use him as a punchbag to max our weapon skills, as he will do the same to help us max Block, Light and Heavy Armor. Now after many hours of chasing gear, healing, repairing our gear, running around throwing arrows and fireballs at this guy, with Destruction being the last skill to max on the list, at least when it comes to fighting with Baurus, we finally did it, and now all of these skills are maxed out, which makes our board look like this. Now let's talk about the skills that we have left to max. First we have the Speechcraft skill, and since there is no one to persuade in the sewers to improve that skill, it's simply just not possible without using like a mod or something. But as I said before, I didn't want to use any modes in this challenge. Second, we have the Mercantile skill. And I think I don't really have to explain that. I mean, there isn't any NPC selling stuff in the sewers. Then we have the Conjuration skill, which falls into the same problem with the Illusion one and the Alteration one, which are not possible to improve since the game just doesn't give you any spells to spam in order to improve that skill. So this leaves us with the last skill possible to improve, Mysticism. Now I know I said the most time consuming skill to max is Athletics, but I completely lied. This is the most time consuming one because it costs only 1 magicka to spam that spell, and I mean it's ridiculously slow to improve that spell. To help you understand how hard it is, let's say for example you need to cast a spell that consumes 200 magicka to level it up from 15 to 16. With this spell, this means that you need to cast it 200 times in order to go from 15 to 16. And I mean I don't even know how many nights my PC ran FK. So right now, once we come out of the sewers, I wanted to see how actually strong we are as level 1 characters. Now, I remember there's some bandits right there, so that's where I'm kinda headed right now. And for those who don't believe that all this happened in the sewers, this is actually the first message that comes to you once you leave out of them. Now, right here, we put the difficulty on Master, of course, and as you can see, we have all of our skills at 100, except those that we said. We are currently level 1, and let's see how strong we actually really are. I'm gonna use both bow. Okay, we actually deal a lot of damage. I didn't expect that, but we actually get a lot of damage as well. Okay, let's stop using a bow.
That the best you can do?
Let's actually put our heavy armor on. It's going to be better, I think, with an axe. Okay, we can actually... The good thing about this is that we can block and not get any damage at all. So that's really good. And we can also do that. Damn.
I'm just warming up, you pathetic worm!
Yeah, it's actually... Even on master difficulty, it's not really that hard, actually. But we get a lot of damage still. Okay, that was really kind of easy, actually. I mean, we still get a lot of damage, but it's not really big of a deal to kill these guys, even on master difficulty. So, before we continue, one last thing that I want to see, it's obviously how much level we can get. So I simply just found a bed to sleep to level up, and we can see that with 16 skills maxed out, we managed to hit level 40. So that's the end of this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this challenge, and feel free to ask me in the comments about any questions you might have, or suggest any future videos you want to see. Have a great rest of your day, and peace.